name is Richard Tindall. I was in ETR 2. While I was on board, the ship actually was awarded 4 E's. Engineering got 1, weapons got 1, operations got 2. So it really helped me with people that saw me as not military enough, but I was really useful. So the other thing happened on a destroyer when you're out at sea, particularly if you're doing NGFS, but also if you're doing plane guard, you run out of gas, you maybe run out of shells, you run out of food. So they have what they call underway replenishment, or UNREPs. And an UNREP, there's a supply ship going along at, say, 12 knots, and you pull up to them, also going a little more than 12 knots until you're next to them, and then you match each other. And if you can imagine 2 very large ships pretty close together going 12 knots, nobody wants to make a mistake, and they don't want to be there any longer than they have to. They throw lines over, they pass over a hose so that you can refuel, and they pass over pallets of food, weapons, whatever. So I'm a second-class ET, so I don't actually have to do this. A third class might get assigned to the working party to unload the pallets. The deck that they put the pallets on only held seven pallets at a time. So if you can clear the pallets faster than they could get them back and forth, they'd have to wait while you were unloading the pallets. Well, I saw this, and I went up and I started helping one group who had a couple of operations people in their group. And basically what we did is we staged it. In other words, if there were like powder, okay, there'd be like 30 of them on a pallet. And so we would put them in a passageway, okay, and we'd have 2 guys that were taking them from the passageway wherever they were supposed to go. But rather than have the pallet on the deck, we would unload the pallet really quickly, throw the pallet over the side. There's a lot of unused pallets in the South China Sea. And then they could get another one over. And we were able to do that fast enough to where there was no backlog. They could just keep bringing stuff over. And so this radioman chief, who didn't like me, can't imagine why, he knew that I didn't belong there. And the XO, the executive officer of the ship, is actually standing up on the deck where the bridge is, but he's watching the UNREP, and he's seeing what I'm doing. So this chief goes up there, and he complains to the XO that I don't belong there. He needs, you know, he wants to order me, and the XO says, leave him alone. So afterwards, because the chief had told me that I don't belong there, and I was like, hey, you know, I'm here, I'm doing whatever. So he brought me into the XO, and he said, I gave him an order, blah, blah, blah. And the XO goes, Chief, I'll take care of it, you're dismissed. Chief goes off, and the XO basically said, thank you for your service. As far as I'm concerned, anytime we unrep, I want you on that deck. And for the rest of the time, basically the last of the 3 Westpac cruises, I was on the deck during every unrep, being basically the deck boss. Even though that's a weapons thing, not an ops thing. He liked what I was doing. We were able to create a kind of a team approach, and you know, we were high-fiving each other, and just it was you know, like esprit de corps kind of thing. And the fact that we could do it, and our ship's captain would get kudos from the supply ship captain for making it fast, because like I said, they didn't want to have to be like that any longer than they had to. And so we were, you know, kind of setting records for getting in and out, basically as long as it took to refuel. And as soon as the fuel line went, we were gone.